In today's video, we're going to be talking about simplifying square roots. So before we even get into that process, we first need to know our list of perfect squares, because if we know that inside and out, that's going to help us simplify these square roots. So we know that when we have a perfect square, okay, or we have a square root, we can break it down into two factors. For example, 50, okay? We're going to break that down to two numbers that multiply each other to get 50. Now, when we're doing this, we're also looking for numbers that are square roots, because that's how we simplify them. So square root of 50, we're looking for two numbers that multiply by 50, or by when you multiply them, you get 50. Now, what if I did 5 and 10? Okay, I can't do 5 and 10. 5 and 10 is not in my list up here. So I can't do that because I'm trying to simplify this square root. The square root. All right. So we have to have a number that is a factor of 50 that's a square root. And a factor of 50 that is a square root is 25. 25 is one of them. Okay. 25 times what gets me 50? 25 and 2. Now we know the square root of 25 is 5. The square root of 2 we can't simplify, so we just leave it square root of 2. Now, to double check my answer, I'm going to put in the calculator. So 50 square root is 7.07. So this is about 7.07. About. Now, if I do 5 square root of 2, 5 times the square root of 2, and that's the same thing, 7.07. So that's a good way to check your answer at the end if it is the same. All right, 98. Let's look at the numbers up here. Let's look at these numbers up here and see which ones are a factor of 98. 49, right? 49 is a perfect square that goes into 98. 49 times what is 98? 49 and 2. Square root of 49 is 7. Square root of 2 you can't simplify, so it's just 7 radical 2. All right, let's see what this equals. 98 square root is about 9.9. All right, let's do 7 times the square root of 2. And you get equals 9.9 also. All right. So we found two problems that have the square root of 2 at the end. I want to do one that doesn't have a square root of 2. Number 6 here. Okay, out of our list up here, let's see which of the perfect squares goes into 44. It's 4. 4 and 11. 4 times 11 is 144. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 11 can't simplify. So we leave it 2 square root 11. All right, so 44 square root is about 6.63. And let's see, 2 square root 11. 2 times the square root of 11 is about 6.63. So these couple problems, again, you're looking for a number that's a perfect square, always a perfect square to start off with, that is a factor of the radicand inside the square root symbol. All right. I want to fast forward to a little bit more different one. Okay. I wouldn't say it's more challenging, but you could have a simplified radical that's not simplified all the way. So let's look down and keep going to, let's do 192. All right, I'm going to write my perfect squares up here: 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 64. No, I missed one, right? 6 squared, 7 squared is 49. 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169, 196, 225. All right. 192. Okay. I really don't know my times tables that can figure out 192. All right. So I start off, okay, let's try 4. 192 divided by 4. It's 48. So I could break this down to 4 and 48. Radical 4 is 2. Radical 48. Now, also notice that 48 can be broken down, right? 48, if you divide that by 4, you get 12. So you could break down the 48 part. Let me kind of color coordinate this. You can break down this 48 part to 4 and 12, which is 2 radical 12. Make sure I'm going to bring down the other 2 also. 2 times 2 is 4. Square root of 12. You can also break that one down. You can break down the square root of 12 to 4 and 3. Square root of 4 is 2 radical 3. Oh my gosh, this is annoying. Bring down the 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 radical 3. So this is a lot of steps. Okay, I don't like doing this. Okay, all these steps, very bad. All right, here's a quicker way to do it. You need to find the biggest square root that goes into 192. So that's why writing these perfect squares out is great. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to erase all this crap that we don't need. Okay, this is a lot of good work, but it shows you, okay, there's a simpler way to do it. All right, so 192. I take half of 192. That's, I don't know, around, it's less than 100. So let's try 81 and see if 81 goes into 192. So 192 divided by 81. Let's try that and see if that works. Nope. Okay. Let's try 64. 192 divided by 64. That works. It's 3. So 64 is the biggest perfect square that goes into 192. Again, you always start with the perfect square. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3. Yep. Sorry. So it's 64 and 3. The square root of 64 is 8. You can't simplify the square root of 3. This should be simplified all the way. Let's double check, put in our calculator. 192 square root is about 13.9. 13 or 0.85, right? Or 13.86. All right, let's try 8 times the square root of 3. 13.86. Okay, same exact thing. All right, so again, it's always important to put the biggest perfect square first, because if you don't put the biggest, you could keep simplifying and take up a lot more time than you need to. So again, that's why it's important you write out this perfect square list and you know this inside and out to help you simplify these. So that's it for today's video. Again, you want to focus on breaking down these square roots by putting the perfect square that goes into it first, then the other number, the biggest perfect square that goes first. All right. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, class, let me know.